Hello, fifth graders, and welcome to your next history lesson, the Bill of Rights. So in 1789, James Madison approached Congress with the first draft of a list of constitutional amendments. Congress chose 12 of those amendments to send to the states for approval. State leaders picked 10 of the amendments to ratify. Congress added the amendments called the Bill of Rights to the Constitution in December of 1791. Previously, government leaders had written documents defining the rights of their citizens. The British government signed a Bill of Rights in 1689. Several American states already had their own Bills of Rights by 1790. James Madison based his amendments partly on Virginia's Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was ratified after the main text of the Constitution, but that does not make the section any less important. The rights outlined in the Bill of Rights define many aspects of life in the United States. The Bill of Rights was made to set limits on the U.S. government and protect the basic rights of all U.S. citizens. The first part of the Bill of Rights secures the individual rights of the citizens of the United States. The First Amendment protects 5 freedoms. Freedom of religion, so the government can't tell you that you can't go to church or pray inside your house or anything like that. Freedom of speech, so the government can't tell you that you can't say certain things. Freedom of press, freedom of assembly, and freedom of petition. The Second Amendment protects the right of U.S. citizens to keep and bear arms. This means you can personally own guns. The Supreme Court's interpretation of the amendment sets 2 constitutional rules. First, states can maintain militias. These are kind of like their own little armies. Second, the government may pass laws to control, but not to prevent the use of firearms by citizens. So like in California, if you want to buy a gun, you have to go through a whole background check and you have to prove that you actually live where you live, and you have to show your birth certificate anytime you want to buy ammo and stuff like that. So those are limits. They control the way you buy guns, but they're not allowed to completely prevent you from owning guns. The Third Amendment makes it unconstitutional for the government to force people to house soldiers. So soldiers can't come knock on your door and say, hey, we need to sleep here tonight. No. The Fourth through the Eighth Amendments guarantee right to due process. What this means is that the government has to follow a set of procedures when taking legal action against its citizens. So they can't just arrest you and put you in prison for no reason or without going through a process. And that process is supposed to protect your rights to not be wrongfully imprisoned. So you're supposed to, you can only be put in jail if you committed a crime and were then found guilty of that crime. Due process is important in limiting the power of the government. The amendments name specific actions that the government cannot take against people. The Ninth Amendment states that the rights of Americans extend beyond what is recorded in the Constitution. In the 10th Amendment, the Constitution reserves all rights not provided to the federal government to be left for the states and the people. And that's your lesson on the 10 amendments, or on the Bill of Rights. And I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you click on the assignment attached below this video, and I will see you next time. Signing off.